Why is Australia better than the UK? I guess I'm making this video prompted by the fact that I saw this list recently comparing the UK to Australia, its pros and its cons. Now, whilst you can agree and disagree with some of the items on this list, it's not fair me critiquing it without me sharing why I think Australia is better than the UK. Now, before I start this list, I'd like you to actually think about what is it that's important to you in your life. And one of the things I don't agree with is trying to compare the little things without looking at the overall big picture. Hopefully by sharing this list, you can have a better, more informed picture of what your life could be like living in Australia. The first reason is I think that there's a better lifestyle for us and our children. Now, what do I mean by a better lifestyle? Now, for us, we value being outdoors, and having generally better weather helps us to have a better smile on our face. Being able to watch my daughter grow up spending her time outdoors, climbing and doing things just outside is very much different to me and my own memories in the UK. Now, it's not to say that I was a hermit and I lived inside all the time in the UK. Living in Brisbane, a beautiful subtropical climate, lends itself well to being outdoors. But what we also value about the outdoors is a beautiful, unspoilt landscape. But this isn't the only thing about lifestyle. What good is having all of this unspoilt scenery and fantastic weather if you don't have the time to be able to go out and live it? And if this isn't the type of lifestyle that you want to lead, then it's probably not a better lifestyle for you. Some people value the indoors. Some people value being able to be close to people and having a more urbanized environment. And Australia does provide this. And that's why I think it probably offers the best of both worlds. But I'm not everyone, and I'm not telling you what you should like. What I am saying is you need to figure out what it is that you want in the first place. Now, what else can help to fund your lifestyle? Well, it's probably to do with your working conditions. And for me, I think that Australia is better than the UK because in my profession, teaching, I get paid more and there's less of an emphasis to work so hard like there is in the UK. Having more pay and more free time allows me to spend more time with my family, and that's something that I value. If you're going to work every day and coming home grumpy, then how is that affecting the family that you're coming home to? If you're not able to live your best self, then what's the point in working so hard? Would you be a better person if you worked less and came home happier? Because if you're not a better person for working harder for more money, then why are you doing it? Also, having lived in the UK and experienced that for the majority of my life, I actually feel that there are more and better opportunities living in Australia. This country relies on migrant workers, and it's constantly calling out for people to help make the system better. Now, you might be happy with the job that you're doing, and that's fine. But if you're someone that also wants new opportunities, I personally found that in the UK, those opportunities weren't so readily available. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place, or maybe I found a place where it's easier to look. The one thing I know with work and new opportunities is if you don't put yourself out there, you won't get it. It's okay to live comfortably within how you work. Lots of people do it, and they have smiles on their face. I just didn't like living in the UK, being overworked and undervalued, and then coming home grumpy and wondering why. And that definitely leads me on to my next point. Why is Australia better than the UK? Because it's a new challenge and a fresh start. And lots of people need that in their lives. If you're sitting there just comfortable in your lifestyle, then that's great. Well done you. But if you're thinking that there's something missing, but you still like your life, then Australia could give you that something that you want. There are so many similarities between Australia and the UK that the resemblance is uncanny. And for many, Australia just seems like a better version of the UK. After all, there are plenty of Brits over here in the first place. For some people, if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. And I think that by giving yourself a new challenge and a fresh start in Australia, that's what's going to give you the opportunity to develop something better in your life. Now, these next couple of things I never really thought about before I moved here. And it's only since living here that I've actually been able to experience these reasons why I think Australia is better than the UK. And the one I don't think you can quantify unless you're in Australia is how you're treated by people. How many people, when you walk down the street, actually want to say hello and get to know you? I'd also challenge that even further and say, how are you actually treated by random strangers in the UK? Because I don't think it's as good as it is in Australia. At the bad end of the spectrum, you've got crime, and that seems to happen a lot in the UK. Not that it doesn't happen in Australia, but I just found that in the UK, compared to Australia, the average stranger was treated more like a threat than it would be a potential friend. And if you're not treated like a threat, in the UK, it just seems to feel like a lot of people would look down on you. And I don't feel that as much living in Australia. Everyone here is treated more like an equal, and that's really how it should be. Everyone is different, no one is the same, but we all have the same potential as everyone else. I just knew that after living in the UK for the majority of my life, I didn't want to go and continue to be treated badly, particularly by people I didn't even know. So I guess it leads me on to the last point, and I'd like you to think about what is the future like for you? Living in the UK, going through the day-to-day grind, going to work, coming home in the dark, I just couldn't see that as much of a future for me and my family. If that's what you think it's going to be like for you, then have you ever thought about it being better somewhere else? I personally believe that our future is better here in Australia, and it's not to say that it's going to be perfect. Yes, we don't have the same support from our friends and family back in the UK. Yes, I don't think we'll ever be able to replicate the same support that our friends and family can give us. but I feel that living in Australia offers us more potential to have a better outlook in life. If you're wanting a better life, then watch this video to see what our life is actually like. And let us know if moving to the other side of the world is the right decision for you.